Hey, hello everyone, Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. Welcome to part 2. What is a paramotor and what is it all about? Today we're going to be going over frequently asked questions about paramotors. In case you missed that video, I will leave that link in the description down below. Let's go ahead and start with the Q&A. What is that thing? Well, it's a paramotor. Most people will say paragliding, maybe even parasailing, but a paramotor is actually a paraglider with a motor. So in our flying community, when we're talking about paragliding, we call it PG. When we're talking about a paraglider with a motor, we call it PPG for powered paragliding. How high can you go in these things? Well, if there was not an altitude restriction, I believe right now that the highest that anybody has gone was over 23,000 feet. Now here in the United States, we have a limit on how high we can fly, and that's 18,000 feet. Most pilots, however, do what I'm doing right now. We fly low and slow. Now that leads us to our next question. How fast do they go? Well, most of us fly about 25 miles an hour. Using a speed system, we could get up to about 50 miles an hour. Now, we usually do not want to go very fast because the faster they go, the more unstable they become and can lead to a collapse and possibly being dangerous. That's the reason why most people, when they get into a paramotoring, they like to go low and slow. So where can you fly these things? Well, pretty much anywhere. We'll go over that in a little bit, but as you can see right now, I'm flying over a brand new housing development. This used to be woods as far as the eye can see. They flattened it all out. They put some roads there, and I'm checking it out. Now, you can pretty much fly anywhere that you want to as long as you're not flying over populated areas. Any flying vehicle under 254 pounds is considered an ultralight. Under FAR 103, under the FAA regulations, that means that we do not need a license, insurance, or a tail number. So formal instruction is not required, but highly recommended. It's kind of like a moped to a motorcycle. A moped doesn't need a license or insurance, but you better know the rules of the road or you could get hurt or in trouble by the law. So the same goes for paramotoring. You may be able to fly without instruction, but you better know your airspace and where you're legally allowed to fly. So what kind of gas does that thing use? Well, most of these motors are a two-stroke motor, so you need to mix oil and gas together. The gas is regular pump gas, the same place that you get your gas to put in your car or vehicle. We try to use the highest octane possible without any ethanol. I'm on a budget. What's the cheapest I can get into this sport? First of all, formal training is the most important thing, I believe, in my humble opinion. Because if you just get some cheap stuff you find off the internet, it could be old, definitely out of date, possibly not work right. If it's an old used wing, the technology has changed so much, I would not want to get anything less than a 2018 wing, and right now it's 2020. The reason behind that is the technology for the wings are advancing so much that if you get a 2015 wing, that wing will be very difficult to inflate and handle in the air 9 times out of 10. I just got last year a 2019 wing. I used the heck out of it. I sent it in for inspection after just a year of having it, and it failed. That's because I used the heck out of it. I was very careful. It was in an air-conditioned home. It was packed up correctly, never went into water, but it still failed. I need to put about $1,000 into that wing to make it flyable again and safe. So if you buy a used wing that's only a year old and the person that you're getting it from is not as honest as they should, it's very possible you're getting a failed wing that could cause some issues on your very first flights. Why fly a paramotor? Look at this video. I'm at the top of a hill/mountain and I found an oasis. It's a big swimming hole that no one knows about. I don't even see any roadways to get up there, but I can see it. I found it. Now during the summer, I need to go up there and check it out. Maybe it's good fishing. I have no idea. But look at the sunset. Look at this crazy oasis. I'm telling you, man, the things that you see from the sky, you just can't imagine until you're actually up there. Okay, you convinced me to go fly, but to find an instructor. Where do I go find an instructor? If you go to usppa.org, you can find an instructor and learn more about powered paragliding. So what is the best motor and wing that I can buy? Well, that's a very interesting question and a very heated debate among people. I personally think that all motors and wings are good and bad, depending on the characteristics that you're looking for. So what I suggest is you find a paramotor flying group on Facebook, friend them, and ask them questions. There's a really good group called Paramotors for Beginners on Facebook. Check that out, ask some questions. How long does it take to learn how to fly? Well, most schools are between 7 and 14 days, and usually after the third day of learning ground handling and kiting, you take your first solo. But there are many other things that are really important to learn other than just ground handling and getting in the air, like weather, learning the weather. Is it safe to go up and fly right now? How about your airspace? Airspace is very important. TFR and NOTAMs. Are you flying in G airspace or E airspace? Are you entering D airspace, and what to do if you are? Learning to read sectional charts. What apps to use when flying? Should I get a reserve? How do you throw a reserve if something happens? And that's the reason why you need 7 to 14 days of training. There is a lot more than just flying. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that have self-trained in the past and scared themselves so much that now they do not want to get back up in the air, which is extremely sad because it's such an incredible feeling to be able to run forward and in less than 10 steps be flying in the air as high as you want to. I don't think too many people want to get up to 18,000 feet, but you can pretty much go anywhere, do anything that you want to, fly virtually anywhere. It's absolutely amazing, and seeing the sunrise and sunset from such an altitude is absolutely amazing. So here's a video of me coming in for a landing. Because we are so low and slow, watch how easy it is to pull a little bit of these brakes, slow down, and then just walk it out. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be turning around, and I'm going to be setting this wing down gently. And that's pretty much a landing. Here's another landing. This is called a foot drag to a landing, where I come in and foot drag, and then right when I'm ready to land, I let off the motor, pull the brakes, and I just walk it out. And this is what it looks like from the air. Right there. Look at that. Right by the Jeep. So all I do is turn around, set it there, use my quick link, and perfection. There are many different types of motors, and this is an Angel Paramotor, and you can find out more information about this at ppgangel.com. This is my flag. If you see this flag flying, you can see that it says ppggrandpa.com. That's where all my videos are, so go check it out. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Leave me some comments down below. Do you have any other questions for me? I'll be happy to answer. Catch you next time. Fly safe.